Over this incredible period of lockdown and all the rest of it, I've been speaking to the great and the good of music and boys, spoken to a lot of people, but I've got a gentleman online now who is a true master accordion player. Spoke to a relation of his back a few weeks ago, Finbar Dennehy. This gentleman here has been in London for many, many moons, has toured right across the UK, Ireland, and indeed further afield. I'm delighted to say hello to Tony Carney. Tony, how are you doing?
Not too bad. How are you doing, Joey? I'm still alive anyway.
Right. You're surviving it all.
I'm surviving it all, but I suppose we're all trying to survive at the moment where this virus is gone. It's hard to know what's going to happen, where the music scene is going to take from here, and it's just a nightmare the way it is.
Indeed it is. Your very last, your last weekend of performing was in England. You're in Blackpool.
Yeah, my last weekend was with Johnny Flynn. Enjoyed travel up in Blackpool. It was a great weekend there. With a brilliant weekend. And I finished up doing Paddy's Night down in London with Seamus Moore. And that was the last gig I done. After that, nothing.
That was it. But Tony, listen, you've had many incredible years of incredible success. I mean, you've played right across London, across England, and in Scotland as well.
I did. I done the London scene. I mean, gone back in the 80s in London, church was booming that time. From Nelly's, all the clubs, all the pubs. And then I was doing, we were working different. Sometimes we used to work as a four-piece band with Nelly's on a Monday night, which was brilliant up there. And then we were doing all the pubs and the clubs. And then in the later years, we were finished up doing Leeds, Bolton, Manchester, right through all over the Warrington, Warwickshire, right through the country. Then I went into Scotland. I done the whole of Scotland. From Wick right back to Stornoway and up into Fife, Dundee. I covered a lot of ground in Scotland as well the last few years. But the last 2 years things started to come down. It finished up that I had to tour Scotland and the whole UK to try and keep busy because there wasn't enough work in one place the last few years. I mean, going back in the 80s, I was able to, that time you could work in Holloway Road 7 nights a week. You didn't have to move out of it,
Indeed. It was changed times, changed scene and situation.
Changed times.
Indeed.
And I gave a long time in the Irish Centre in Camden Town. I was there on the guts of 30 years.
That you were doing the Céilís there. That was every Sunday night.
I was there. Well, I did a lot of Sundays there. I was there. I remember going back in the 80s. I used to do 2 Sundays a night there a week, 2 Sundays a month, and I used to do the other 2 in Haringey. We used to have every second. I used to have to walk between Haringey and there. That was my resident between, So I was you could say resident in Camden. Camden was the longest. It would have been the longest venue. I was there in a matter of 30 years on the Sunday nights. That would have been my longest place of playing over that period of time,
It's an incredible length of time in any place.
That's right, yeah. And that finished in 2017. Then they moved to Highgate. Anton moved up to Highgate. And they were doing sets and Kearney and a mixture of everything, which was slightly different from the Camden. But London changed drastic in the last. I suppose really from 1990, there was a big change I found in 1990. There was a kind of it seemed to go down in 1990. There was a turning point, and it actually just kept creeping down in it and never came back up like the 70s and 80s,
Indeed, yes. Indeed. I think the 70s and 80s and that certainly were a very different time. But going back, Tony, you grew up absolutely steeped in music. You're related to Tig Carney.
That's right, my uncle Tig. He played a lot of the clubs in England. He played the Blarney Tap in Cork. He was there in the 60s. He was resident there in the 60s. And he done the soccer as well in England, but a lot of the guys that played with him played with me in the 80s or that played with Tig in the 60s. And they're all didn't, I know, but there was a few guitar players played with him, and they played with me then in the 80s also.
Right, that is amazing stuff. He was. I was going to say, Tony, he was regarded as just a musical legend.
Yeah, well, he was doing mostly. I don't know. He was in the Blarney. He was with the Blarney. He played in the Camden Town. He played in Camden Town one day on Centre, but that was back in the 60s, which was a different scene again to the 70s. And then I was over in the 70s, 1976. I was in Camden Town one Sunday morning, and I always remember he was living in London that time, and things were booming at that time. Certainly were,
and you're also now you're also related to another gentleman I spoke to, Finbar Dennehy.
Oh yeah, Finbar, first cousin of mine.
Another incredible talent, and indeed his daughter as well, and his wife.
Chloe,
yes.
Chloe and Mara, yeah.
Great talents. Now you play with in this lockdown period. You've been doing the Facebook lives on a Friday night, incredibly successful. They've been with Finbar Dennehy and also Chloe and Maura.
That's right. We're doing the thing on Friday nights, and we must be at this good few months now, and it seems that there's a lot of views. I mean, it went up to 13,000 views one week.
I mean, that is incredible. Like there are
13,000 views one week.
There are many television channels who will be very happy to have the amount of views that you're getting on Facebook. It really is incredible.
It is incredible. I mean, if you've got 2,000 or 3,000 views, it's a lot. But when it goes up to 12, 13, 4, I actually think it has got to 15,000 one week.
That is that's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
If you get that many people inside the hall,
indeed.
I mean, there's people actually ringing. So we go do stuff in the north of Ireland and Scotland and Africa, and this is all over. But we don't know what's happening at the minute with the circumstances.
Indeed so. But that it's an amazing window indeed for yourselves, and a view where anybody in the world can come across you. And it's not even when you are doing it live, but people can come across it later and view it at a later stage, and that's where the views are built up. And it's been astounding.
That's right.
It's obviously
that's right. They do. People look into it during the week, and they see it later in the week, and they might watch it all, and when it's actually live,
Yes, it's a.
London changed big time. I mean, it's like arriving in a different city now to what was 30, 40 years ago.
Indeed. Things.
I mean, go back when you had Nelly's up in Wilson. Nelly's was a brilliant place. There was music there 7 nights a week.
Yes, amazing days.
I was actually the last band, would you believe, to play Nelly's.
Okay.
Nelly's closed around 2000 and what was it? 2000, just early the 2000s when the Nelly's closed, Johnny? Can you remember?
Yes, I do remember it well. Yes, I think it was about that. Yes.
Well, it was a Monday night. They had Monday nights going down, and I was actually the last time they played on the Monday night.
Yes.
I'll always remember it.
Indeed, it's sad every time I actually drive past it, and it's now a Sainsbury's and flats and all that sort of thing,
That's right.
Which is it's sad, but it's just a sign of the times, a sign of very, very changed times indeed. But you were
and then after that you had the Lord Nelson was a great, in Holloway Road for a good few years.
Indeed,
that was great, even in the mid-90s and to the late 90s and into the 2000s. That was a good when Jim Hennigan was there.
That's right. Indeed, there were some amazing venues and some cracking places. Was no doubt about it. But you moved.
You catch an Ivory Corner as well. Sure, all them places are gone.
Indeed. But Tony, last year you in the main moved back. You did some work in the UK, but in the main you moved back to Ireland, and you were doing extremely well. You were performing in doing the social dance scene.
I was doing the social dancing, Johnny, but I was just I was walking between England and Ireland. I was still keeping my feet in England. I was playing a good few of the clubs like Leeds Ireland Centre, the big clubs down in Tiverton. I still had been jobs, but then basically, I was coming back. I mean, I was over and back. I was doing a lot of driving and a lot of travelling, and expensive everything. It was not easy, and then tiring as well.
I'd well believe that.
I left the gig before Christmas. The Friday night after Boxing Night, I left Glenmire after the gig, and I played the following night in Seamus Moore's in London. And we had no sleep, you know.
That's tough going.
Geez, yeah, because the honest sleep I got was, I think I got 2 hours in the boat or something. Because by the time I had the gear out in Glenmire, I head for Rosslea, and that was 9:30 sailing in the morning, and the boat was in at 12, and then we had to drive to London. We got stuck in traffic on the M4, North Sutton, you know yourselves now. And then by the time I got to Seamus Moore's, I'm taking the gear and clear.
Wow, that is.
That was one of the rough.
That definitely is fair going. But like you certainly were getting you're certainly getting established in Ireland, and the work you were doing in Ireland, it was going.
That's right. We were doing because we were playing Kilkenny, we were doing Tipperary, Kilkenny, we were playing all over the place. Offaly, Kerry, Cork. But social dancing was it started to take us. I thought to slowing down myself. You see, the thing was the crowds weren't huge. You might guess 100 people was a big crowd, which go back 30 years ago, you'd be talking 1,000 people. I remember playing the Golden Dale Ballroom Dundrum on a Monday night in the late 70s. You'd have anywhere between 1,000 and 2,000 people inside on a Monday night.
That is amazing.
That was I'm talking about 79, 80, 81. And, I mean, you wouldn't get that crowd on a Saturday night now, so it's just the way things have changed. The whole music scene changed, that's it.
Indeed, it certainly did. But Tony, the way it is at the moment, fair play. You're still keeping out there, and you're putting the music out every Friday night with Finbar on the crew, and sounding good, I'll have to say. Tony, listen, it's been lovely to catch up with you. I'm glad you're staying safe and well. And listen, fingers crossed, we all come out of it the other side safe and well. Also,
that's right. Yeah, that's right. We'll have to try and hope for the best. Indeed,
totally.
I mean, it could take another. I don't know what will happen next year, but I can't see anything happening this year.
Indeed. We'll just have to see how it all pans out, and fingers crossed it will all work out. As soon as is possible.
That's right.
Tony, listen, it's been lovely to speak to you. Thanks a million for joining me.
That's all right, Joey, and I'll see you in somewhere in the near future, so we'll see what will happen. You never know what will come up,
Indeed so. Tony, listen, stay safe in Cork.
No problem. Thanks so much, Johnny. You take care too.